So, Alison, do you want to talk a little bit about what an organisation should have in place to manage a cyber incident?
Yep, definitely. So I think going back first and foremost, it's actually about understanding roles and responsibilities. And actually, the first thing to say, it's not about if you had a cyber incident, it's when. So it's about preparing for an event and being able to test out your plans. So what we encourage organisations to do is to make sure they have a cyber incident response plan in place, and then to conduct a tabletop exercise as a minimum, and maybe even go further and do almost like a mock run through as well, to actually test the effectiveness of their incident response plans. Quite often we find, depending on organisation size and depending on how they're supported, sometimes organisations will rely on a key person. If that person's not available, their whole plan can fall apart. So it's really important to do that. And particularly where you've got third parties involved, is recognising that they're part of your incident response process. The whole idea of a plan really is to make sure that in the event of an incident, you've got actually a bit of an aid memoir to help you. We'd encourage organisations to put together run books for common incidents like ransomware or compromised credentials or denial of service. And then we, like I say, run through and do a tabletop exercise to actually identify how effective that is in the event of an incident, and then to take your learning and use that to inform and update your plan so that you're in a better position in the event of being, involved in a cybersecurity incident. One of the key things we do see is actually, a assumption around roles and responsibilities, which is why it's really important to have that incident response plan and to include a RACI matrix within that as well, so that roles and responsibilities are clear from the outset. And there isn't any sort of ambiguity when you're running around in, headless chicken mode because something's happened.
Yeah.